Barry, you're a Beatles guy.
Yes, I am.
All the old jokes that I hate the Beatles, you know by this point that those are not true, but I don't share the fandom. But I do love, but really liked, I'll say love more now, the band Oasis. And I did more in the 90s and mostly into the mid-2000s. And this reunion tour is taking over social media algorithms that you I mean, you're not immersed in that, like, good for you, like a lot of us dummies. It is consuming me. These shows that are taking place in the UK right now, of course, they're rabid there. They look like some of the most amazing rock concerts I've ever seen. And they're playing 5, 7 dates, whatever it is, in football stadiums here in America, which led me to think I don't even want to get tickets to this stuff. I don't want to be in a football stadium. Now I don't know what to do with myself. I got our buddy Brad, who I said I'd never say his name again, Brad Steiner, New York. He's working on me, getting a
Sure.
single to the East Rutherford, New Jersey show. And I can't believe how immersed I am in this. Your opinion, your thoughts, you can start from the 90s and maybe it's changed. Oasis versus the Beatles, or the way that they conducted themselves, comparing themselves to the Beatles, or any of those kinds of things. Your thoughts?
Oh, good Lord. It's not even close, Brian.
I don't mean that you think that they're on par with what they do, but I just mean your opinion of like, do you think that you hate them because of this, or you don't think it's good at all?
No.
It's also not your era or your generation of music either.
Oh, God, that's a loaded question. I would almost go back to Pearl Jam. I mean, your obsession with Pearl Jam is close to mine with the Beatles.
Favorite, most important, yeah.
And I don't understand it because, I mean, I was having babies during Pearl Jam.
We've talked about this at Bonnaroo when you told me you didn't like Pearl Jam, and I was like,
no, I don't dislike them.
Not you don't like them, but the Nirvana, Pearl Jam, the movement, you didn't do anything for it.
Get it? I mean, so I'm so old.
I just thought you were younger. I don't know. I was like,
no.
I thought you were younger guy.
I mean, like REM had this same vibe. Everybody was convinced REM was the next Beatles. And then it was Pearl Jam, or Nirvana, and then it was Pearl Jam, and now then it was Oasis. Believe it or not,
Oasis self-proclaimed that. Oasis said that.
That's the difference, right?
So, I mean, here's the thing. When you're 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, and this is your band, they're the greatest band in the entire history of the universe.
What happened 25 years before doesn't matter.
That's correct. And it doesn't matter. And I don't mean to diminish that. What's interesting, I ended up watching an interview with Rick Beato with Jimmy Webb on YouTube. And again, the Beatles came up, and he kept talking about Burt Bacharach and the Beatles and Beethoven and the history of music. They don't mention Oasis in those kinds of conversations. Ever.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Ever.
No, they don't.
And so, I mean, you and I both know people who like, oh, the Beatles are overrated. They hate them. And I'm like, oh, it's funny. Good for you. You know, whatever.
You're different.
But my argument is your favorite band loves the Beatles. And I don't care who you are. Your favorite band loves the Beatles.
Fair. Yeah, and I wasn't trying to mean I want you to compare. Do you think Oasis was transitional into popular music? No, of course they weren't. They just rode a ride of American and more so
they're great.
British rock and roll at the time. Very simplistic rock and roll. The Tom Petty style of songwriting is more about melodic to the same 5 chords.
Yep.
No, they're not reinventing music. They're not reinventing styles of music. But the fandom across the globe,
I get it. 100%,
is insane, and it won't be that way here. There'll be a little bit of it because everybody's copycats of stuff.
I get it, and to me,
fanaticism is driving me wild. I have to see this show.
Yeah, I get it. When I see them, I think of the Kinks. I think of Ray and Dave Davies. That's a much underrated band. The Kinks are so underrated, and they would have been huge had they not been banned from coming to the United States because one of them got busted. I don't
don't
even
remember the trajectory of
But
all
they're
that.
remember
so
this either,
good.
yeah.
They're so good, and they used to fight on stage just like.
I guess my better question, I should have asked it just more clearly from the jump, was do you hate the Oasis because of the way they've conducted themselves personally for most of their lives?
No,
Because it's easy to do that, and it's
here's
not unfair.
Here's the better question that I don't have an answer for. Why do I not like the Rolling Stones? It's because of the Beatles. It's because you had to pick.
That
when I was a
rivalry.
kid,
Yeah.
you had to pick. And
That's
the
funny.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stones are great, but they're not the Beatles.
I get that. To put in another generation and era, why do I not like the band Fish? Well,
There you
because
go.
it's Fish and Panic, and I picked Panic 25 years ago.
Right.
And
Isn't that
it's not
funny?
that it's not that I don't like Fish. It's just that I guess I don't like.
I
them.
mean, I just this morning put Ruby Tuesday came up on a TV show I was watching, and I was like, all of a sudden hit
Yeah.
cancel and blared it from the stereo. I like the Rolling Stones, but they're not the Beatles. So, no, I don't dislike, but I did do this, and I will admit it. I'm that guy who my high school years hated whatever band was popular.
Well, yeah,
That's every. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
me too.
I hated AC/DC
excessively, yes, to a
because it
stupid
was
degree.
popular.
Yeah,
I can't stand. I still don't like the arena rockers, the Bon Jovis, and the whatever. But I couldn't stand AC/DC because all the kids liked it in my classmates.
This is
freaking
the-
great. I love AC/DC.
This is the problem for people who think they can outthink every room they're in. I think that's
Right.
all of us at times. Yeah, I just say, oh, you like that? It sucks.
Yeah, I was into the
That's
Dead
not-
Kennedys and the whatever.
Right. Same for me. I hated Korn because I hated the kids that wore the Korn short shirts in school.
Oh my
And-
God, Korn
Yeah.
is they rock so hard,
I
and I
know.
didn't like Korn either because of the Jinkos and the people I didn't like that like
Exactly.
that stuff.
But they put on
Are you ready?
one of the best tent shows at Bonnaroo last year.
One of my favorite. One of my
Yeah.
favorite.
Now I'm all in. Now I'm trying to absorb it all. I mean, even disco, even whatever. Now it's just like, okay,
Well,
I
see,
get it.
You weren't supposed to like disco. That was like anti what you would have
Right.
been
Oh,
into.
100%, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm into Dead Kennedys. I mean, like too drunk to fuck, I mean, I'm not talking about,
Yeah.
so
All right, I just
it's an
wanted-
interesting question.
I have got. It's Labor Day weekend. I will quit my job. I will go homeless. I'll lose the house. I'll do whatever it takes. I have got to see this Oasis show in New York.
Yeah. No, I get it. And again, it's an age thing. I liked them. I like them. They just
Well-
didn't, like Pearl Jam. That wasn't my vibe. I was
Sure.
raising babies.
Well, the final point that I already made a little bit though is that the hype machine and the social media platforms and the way these videos are being put together and packaged out there, this has got to be blowing the minds of every record exec, even the band themselves, that the whole globe is, or much of the globe of certain age people, middle-aged, 40-ish people, acting like this is the greatest band ever. And they're not. They're not even sort of the greatest band ever, but there's this nostalgia that's taking over that I find fascinating, and it's sucked me in completely.
I'll give you 3 words. Bay City Rollers. They were the next Beatles. They
Oh,
were
I was gonna
massive.
say, help
You don't
me out.
even know who they are.
I'm about to say it sounds like the band in Saved by the Bell.
Bay City
Ba-
Rollers.
the Bayside. Help me out, Taco.
S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y.
That was Bayside.
They were supposed
Bayside.
to be the
Bayside
next
High School.
Beatles.
Yeah, but
Like,
the band
Zack Attack was the band.
Zack Attack was the band name. Yeah.
I'll give you the
Sorry.
batters. REM, when I was a freshman in college, was the big. They were Oasis.
I remember this. Yeah.
They were massive.
And they were difficult people.
Well, yeah, because he mumbled. You know, that was the funny thing was Murmur. Murmur, you know, the album Murmur was
Mumble.
recalled Mumble.
Stipe never got over being the way he
Anyway.
is. But
Anyway,
anywho.
nobody talks about them anymore. You don't even remember REM.
Yeah,
But they
well,
were
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
do,
be the
but
I'm a big REM
You
fan,
could
but
I love REM. You could not escape REM. They were playing on every radio
were
station, no
massive.
matter what.
They
Yeah.
were massive. They were the next Beatles.
Yeah.
And they were number one, you know, on the Rolling Stone best bands ever, number one. Now I don't even think they cracked 75.
No, and I wonder, actually, somebody was talking about this on some other algorithm of mine. What American band could do a big reunion that might hit as hard as Oasis is over there?
It's got to be REM.
Could REM do that? They could spark enough.
Well, they were just on with somebody.
But
Conan.
Stipe has said we are not doing reunion tours. He said that for about 15 years now, but he's also, Stipe. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, he is his own. He's an artist.
I love him, and I'll make
an
I'll make
artist
fun
with
of the
his
guy
sleeves.
all day long.
Big
Oh,
handy
yeah,
sleeves.
absolutely.
I love the long sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
You want to hear good songs? Not tonight.